So I just had a major deja vu moment, and it was a sign that shook me and said, you need to say something about it. I have for a long time myself been searching for what is the bigger meaning and purpose for my life. What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And the entire time I was doing things that I thought I needed to do because everybody else was doing them. But I didn't really look deeper into the people that I was trying to emulate. Were they happy with their choices? Were they really living their purpose? I just thought you had to go to school, get a job, pay your bills. And that's being, that is being an effective member of society. But what are you really doing for yourself? Because are you trying to get that job to impress, your friends? Are you trying to get that, bonus so you can buy that car, so you could impress your neighbors? What is it? What is it that makes us do the things that we do? Is it for other people or is it for us? And for a long time, I was doing things for other people, to impress other people, to get other people to like me, to get more friends, to doing something for others was making me crazy because I never felt like I was doing enough. So I had this epiphany one day during time of my during times of reflection. I had this moment where I said, I can't do that anymore. I can't have somebody else tell me what I need to do for me to make me happy. If that goes for your parents, if you're a kid, if you're a teenager, listen to your parents. But I'm saying, as when you come into an adult, are you still trying to live to your parents' expectations, and maybe you want to do something else? Is it your boss that's making you do things that you're uncomfortable with? You know that's not, it doesn't align with what you feel is right. There's so many things that we do to kind of just not, create drama or negative, not drama, but not, you just don't want to go against the grain because you don't want to have any negativity. You don't want somebody not to like you because you're saying no or speaking your mind. So I realized I just need to start speaking my truth. I need to start living how I feel on the inside. And if the people on the outside don't agree with what it is that I'm trying to do for me, then maybe they shouldn't be in my life. And I know this is going to sound a little crazy, but even if that goes for family, if family can understand that you are trying to do something for you on the inside to be a better individual on the outside, then maybe you just need to take a break from that person for a little bit, because it's not going to be, you're going to be the one that's suffering the consequences, not somebody who's telling you what to do. So if you think you're following a path that's not right for you, you need to start with saying, what is it that I do? What is it that I want to do? And start doing little things that can further you or make you a little bit closer to that end goal. Anything is important. When you realize what it is that you want, any little action that you do is so important, because the problem sometimes is that people are just afraid to start. And I can say that with such reverence, with such certainty, because that was me for such a long time. It just took me so long to start, even just making a phone call to somebody, or getting a book, something that just starts aligning you with whatever it is that you want to start, that new path that you want to start. Don't even worry about the angle right now. If that's too if that just seems like it's too much for you, it's because sometimes you think that you're just so far away from where you want to be, you're never going to start, because you're thinking this is probably going to take me 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I don't, if that doesn't help you, because sometimes people are different. Sometimes seeing that end goal motivates people to keep, getting on that grind. But for some of us, like me, seeing the end goal being so far away, or we don't even know, like we're already thinking in our mind, we're already putting these barriers up, saying, well, this is going to take too long. Why start? So don't do that if you think that it's going to be too much. But nonetheless, start with the small steps. And it's kind of like that, that saying where, the ripple effect, one little pebble, thrown into a pond creates a small ripple, but then, that generates something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So that little tiny thing sets in motion that will, that strength to get you to that next step. So be in touch with your intuition as well. Your intuition is there for a reason. But you need to understand what's your intuition and what's your ego. So when you're listening to your ego, because after you listen to it and you do whatever it is that it's telling you to do, you don't feel good. You still feel like, and at that moment it might feel good, but afterwards you're just like, ugh, like, I don't know, that's not really what I wanted to do. Your intuition at that moment feels like, no, I can't do it. I don't trust myself. But then you go ahead and you do that action, and then afterwards you feel like a ton of bricks has been lifted off of your chest. You feel this lightness. You feel like you did something good. And if you continue to do that, because it's with anything else, you just have to continue using it. If you continue using that ability to listen to that intuition, I guarantee you will start to be able to distinguish better what it is that is your intuition and what it is that's your ego. You're going to be able to distinguish what it is that makes it different. But you have to keep doing it. This has to be a daily practice. You can't just ignore it once you feel like, okay, well, I did it, that's it. No, you have to keep doing it. This is every day. You have to keep staying on top of it. And it's that tapping into that awareness, that thing that tells us what is our purpose, what is our destiny. That's that awareness that we have to tap into, that I think a lot of us don't listen to, because like I said, we ignore it. We ignore that intuition, and we let our ego overshadow that intuition. But that awareness is there for that intuition is there on purpose to make us more aware of what it is that we need to do. So you need to listen to it. Listen to it, because that is your roadmap. That is your Google Maps to get to where you need to be. And mostly just trusting that you're here for a purpose. You have a purpose. We're not here by mistake. So everything you do that is good, everything that you do that's important, it's starting in the smallest capacity in order to get us to the bigger picture. I, for a long time, was very shy. I didn't trust myself that I was capable of holding a deep conversation with people. I just lack that confidence to be personable. Although I love talking to people. I love being around people. I love meeting new people. But my head was telling me, my ego was telling me, you are not smart enough. You have, when you get nervous, you have that weird accent that comes out, and that's very embarrassing. And I was afraid of people judging me. Maybe I wasn't able to, have, I wasn't able to have a quality conversation because maybe I didn't have good ideas, or I wouldn't be able to, understand what they're saying. But that's crazy. I mean, because the purpose of having a conversation with somebody is to get to know that person, not to say, look how smart I am, look at all these things that I know, look, I know more than you. No, that's so, I was looking at it from a totally different negative perspective, and it really held me back on a lot of things. So now what I'm doing now with my life, with my profession, with my life, it's all about talking to people in a most vulnerable setting. And I never would have thought that when I was in my teens and 20s. I would have said, that's crazy, I can't do that, I can't talk to I can't talk to people, I don't know what to say. And I knew that because that's what I was resisting. I knew that that's exactly what I needed to explore and go forth and see what it is. Why am I feeling this way? And it turns out doing this type of work, doing this line of work that I'm doing now, satisfies my mind, body, and soul. It's in alignment with the end goal that I have for myself. Not that my goal is going to be once I reach it, that's it. You're always going to be learning and growing. There's always going to be something else, but that goal gets you to another level, and you're just constantly improving and being able to be of service to people better. So I just want you to understand that just because something seems scary to you, try to go into it and think about why is it that it's so scary to you. Don't take it as it's scary, so I'm not going to pursue it, because what do they say, whatever you resist persists. I'm not kidding, that is so true. You get the most benefit and the most reward when you challenge that fear. Because sometimes, like I said, it's just your ego, it's your head telling you that it's scary. But we don't even know what's on the other side if we don't try. So please, whatever it is that you feel is too scary, it's probably in there. It's probably that thing that you need to challenge, and that thing that's going to give you the most reward. And it's probably going to show itself in what it is that your destiny is. Whatever you are most afraid of, I'm quite certain that your destiny lies just on the other side. So trust yourself, listen to that intuition, believe in yourself. Don't believe in that negative thought process that you've been developing, because there's so much on social media, on TV, that just makes us kind of believe that we're worthless and we are not good enough because other people have more and they did it. I can't do it then. Don't believe that, because a lot of what we see is only a fraction of the truth. And I know that we all can agree on that. Like, everything that we absorb, for the most part, a lot of it, we understand that a lot of it is not true. So, but why do we continue to believe it? We know that people who post stuff online, everything is just, laughs and vacations and, nice clothes and cool cars and money coming out the you know what. Like we know that a lot of that is not reality. It is groomed and it is put in a pretty package to say, here, look at me. This is what I have. And it's, you know, it could do a lot of bad. So please just believe in yourself. Start today. Start with the small, you know, the small things, a small step. Like I said, getting a book, talking to somebody, sending an email, going to bed early, waking up early, changing your diet, meditating. All these little things may seem small, but I tell you, if you keep doing it and you start listening to that intuition, don't let me get this, you know, don't think that that's not going to make a huge difference in the long run. I tell you, it does. And I can say this with certainty because I've been doing it, and I'm not going to say I'm upset with myself that I didn't trust myself sooner, because everybody learns in their own on their own timeline. Not everybody's going to be, you know, right off the bat, you know, going out there with, you know, guns blazing, you know, making, you know, an impact early on. We all take our time, and that's okay. That's okay. But the point is that you just got to start today and live the life that's worth living, and don't have any regrets. Never. Everything that you've done so far, you did it, and that's what led you here, and that's what led you to watch this video. I know for a lot of my time spent online, I've been doing a lot of research. I've been listening to a lot of spiritual leaders, you know, creative thinkers, marketers. Everybody kind of has the same message. You just got to start and trust yourself, and that's all there is to it. So trust yourself, take care of yourself, and start today. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.